So how can you level up your email marketing to further build your brand awareness? Today, I'm going to be sharing 5 tips that are going to make your email marketing strategy a lot more effective. So hi everyone, it's Leanne Cohen's here, Digital Success Catalyst and owner of Marketing Leap. And today we're talking the 5 email marketing tips to boost your brand awareness. So last week I talked about how important email marketing is and why you need that, as well as whatever it is that you're doing on social media and on your website. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the best practices that I not only use in my agency Marketing Leap and that we use for our clients, but these are actually best practices that I actually teach. As you should know, sending email is one of the most cost-effective ways when it comes to building a relationship with your market. And in fact, when it's done right, it can actually build lasting relationships that are so much more stronger and so much more profitable than any other marketing avenue. And according to the Direct Marketing Association, email marketing can produce a return on investment of up to 43,000%. So that's in dollar terms, $43 for every dollar that you spend on email marketing. You are actually going to get a return on that investment. So whether you're building your first campaign or whether you've been doing this for a while and you think you've got a bit of an understanding of what needs to be done. The whole idea of this video is to give you some more ideas of how to either start or improve on your email marketing journey. So firstly, there's actually 9 different types of campaigns that you can run. The first one is your welcome email series. The second one is a standard promotional campaign that you would do, when you're launching something. The third is a seasonal campaign. So, we've got Christmas coming up, we've got Black Friday. Depending on where you are in the world, there's all sorts of different seasonal activities that you can actually start sending out email campaigns for. There's the fourth one is actually called the triggered email series. Now that's something that I actually have set up for when someone downloads a lead magnet or downloads a check sheet or something else that I've got on offer. And what that does, as soon as they've subscribed, that actually triggers an email series that will go out talking about what they've downloaded and giving them some advice and some tips on actually how to grow their business and how to grow their brand. The fifth one is actually your post-purchase drip series. So it's after somebody, if you're selling online, it's after somebody's purchased something, and you can actually send them a series of emails. Now, for a lot of our e-commerce clients, what we do is, firstly, there's always the thank you for your purchase. Then, a week or so later, depending on the product, there might be a week or so later, asking them how they're enjoying it, asking them for a review. Then, a little bit further down the track, how's the experience going? Have you thought about buying X, Y, Z? So then it becomes a bit of an add-on. And then finally, it's a time to reorder campaign. So that's the post-purchase drip email campaign. The next one is a connect via social. So that's one where you sort of send out and go, hey guys, I'm now on YouTube, come and subscribe, come and connect with me, or something that you can actually do through social media so that when they connect straight away, they are going onto your email list and you're starting to build that relationship, or vice versa, where they're on your email list and you're actually saying to them, look, come and connect with me on Facebook, come and connect with me on YouTube. I've just launched a new podcast, come and listen to what I have to say. So the 7th one is the newsletter. Now this is something that every business really needs to do, and how often it goes out is entirely up to you. Now I do weekly lives, so these weekly lives not only go onto YouTube, but they also become a blog. So once a week we'll send out a weekly newsletter with information pertaining to whatever the particular video is about. For other clients, we'll do a monthly campaign where it will be a little bit about one of the services, maybe about a client, and then something that's happening in the business. How often the newsletters go out is entirely up to you, whether it's weekly, fortnightly, or once a month. The whole idea is to do it regularly. The 8th most popular email campaign is your cart abandonment. So again, if you are selling online and somebody puts order to cart, and you would have seen a lot of these when you do purchase online, where you'll put something in your cart, and then for the next couple of days you'll get emails going, did you forget something? You were looking at this, was there an issue? How can we help you with your purchase? And then the final one is the re-engagement campaign. And the re-engagement campaign is reaching out to people that you haven't worked with for a while, or you haven't had much to do with for a while, just re-engaging with them and letting them know that you're still around. So they're the 9 types of different campaigns that you can set out. But when it comes to setting up your email campaigns, there's a couple of things that you really need to focus on. So the first thing when it comes to email is lead generation. So you've got to have a really good lead generation campaign. And the whole idea is all about giving value, okay? Because you've got to remember that they've agreed to opt in to receive your emails. So if you're constantly just selling and promoting, they're going to unsubscribe, and you'll actually start damaging your brand reputation. So the whole idea of regular emails is giving value and showing your expertise. You're an authority with what you do. You're an expert in your field, and you have so much knowledge in your particular area. When it comes to your emails, you use that in that way. So when you are doing your lead generation campaigns, you've got to make sure that you are giving value. So if you're not too sure how to actually do a lead magnet, there is a video that I've done previously talking about that, and I'll put that in the links below. So you can go and check that one out. The second one is making sure that you actually have a welcome email set up. Now, this is an email that goes out to new subscribers saying, and it's actually probably, it's actually not the most common email. Personally, I think it should be. Because if somebody is opting into your email list, the very least you can do is send them a welcome email going, thank you so much for connecting with me. And make sure that this is a genuine email. You need to tell them who you are. You've got to remind them why they've subscribed to your email list. And you've got to let them know what to expect from you. So it could be as simple as, over the course of the next 2 weeks, you'll be getting a series of emails where I'll be talking about X, Y, Z. But always tell people what to expect next. So, by sending a 3 series or a series of 5 emails, it gives you that chance to build up the familiarity and start building that relationship. And it also educates them on what your brand promise is. And, because they've subscribed, they're a lot more open, or they've newly subscribed, they're a lot more open to hearing from you, as long as you're not spamming them every single day. These are genuine emails giving value, just sort of going a little bit through introducing them to who you are and what they can expect from subscribing to your email list. If you do have a database, that should be the first thing that you set up, and set up a bit of a series of whether it's either 3 emails or 5 emails. That's entirely up to you. But make sure the information that you have in there is genuine. A couple of things that you can do. So let's just say for the first 3 emails, you go through the introduction, tell them what to expect from you. The second one could be inviting them to your social media. Don't forget, I'm on YouTube, or I have a podcast, or I'm on Instagram. And then the third email should really be talking about them and getting to know them. Asking them what their birthday is if you don't have it already. Ask them how they found you. Ask them how they prefer to hear from you. Is it weekly? Is that too much? Would they prefer monthly? But start building that relationship with them so that you are continually staying top of mind when it comes to your brand, and they start getting a better understanding of who you are, what your values are, and what you stand for. And you've got to remember, if you leave this too long from when someone subscribes, you're actually running the risk of being marked as spam, because a lot of the time subscribers can actually forget that they have subscribed to your email list. So that's why having a welcome email is really, really important. And as well as that, welcome emails actually have a higher than average open rate, and people are more than likely with a welcome email to not only open it, but to click through, and if you're offering something for sale, to buy from you. If there is nothing else that you do, please make sure that you have this particular email campaign set up. And you've got to remember, you've got to wow them. You've got to showcase who you are. You've got to say thank you. You've got to have some gratitude for the fact that they've actually given you their email address. Because, you think of your own inbox. We are constantly being bombarded. So, a little bit of appreciation goes a long way. And if you can, give them a gift, whether it's a free download, whether it's, something that you can offer them. Just make sure that the welcome email is not just a full-on pitch of your products and your services. It's all about building that relationship. Now, the third tip when it comes to your email campaigns is make sure you provide value. And you'll notice that this keeps coming up all the way through these tips, because you don't want to be continually just sending out promotional emails, because people will just unsubscribe. And there are times that you'll actually get flagged as spam, and you get too many spam notifications. And regardless of who you're with, that particular email platform will shut you down. So you've got to make sure that you are actually sending out useful information for your audience. So start creating blogs and videos that will educate, and use that information in the emails that you send, because you're giving value and you're helping them with what they need. Your job as a business owner is to be there top of mind for when they are ready to either work with you or buy from you. So just think about that. Every single thing that you're doing online, whether it's social media, whether it's with your emails, any of your videos, or anything that you're doing in the online space, the whole reason for you doing this is for you to stay top of mind, so that when they are ready to work with you or they're ready to purchase from you, you're the first person that they think of. That's the sole purpose for doing what you're doing online now. Now, the fourth thing is to make sure that you create strong calls to action. And one of my favorite sayings is that people are silently begging to be led. You need to tell them what action you want them to do. Okay, it increases brand awareness by prompting the customer to take further action. And you've got to make sure that when you do have a call to action, it is actually aligned with the value that you are giving them. So, whether it's, again, to download something, to subscribe, to, read a particular blog or watch a particular video, making sure that you tell the reader exactly what it is that you need them to do and what action that you need them to take will actually encourage them to get to the next stage of their particular buyer's journey. So whether that is working with you or whether it is just simply watching a video, it really just depends on what the call to action is. And then the fifth and final tip when it comes to your email strategy is be consistent. Now, this is exactly the same across the board with everything that you do with marketing. We are being bombarded with over 5,000 marketing messages every single day. To think that you're going to send out an email and 3 months later people are going to remember who you are is incredibly arrogant, and it's not going to happen. You have to be consistent. If you are sending out emails, again, it's up to you whether you do it weekly, whether you do it fortnightly, or whether you do it monthly. But again, it's all about having a particular strategy in place, because your time is your most precious commodity. You're not here to be a marketer. I do a live video every week. That live video then becomes an edited version on YouTube. It becomes a blog on my website, and it also goes out every single week to my database, along with some tips and tricks added to whatever it is I've discussed on the video. It's constantly staying top of mind and being in front of your database all the time. And it's all about being consistent. Facebook loves consistency. LinkedIn loves consistency, so does YouTube, and Google loves consistency, and so do your clients. So don't think that just doing it once is going to suddenly flood your sales pipeline and you're going to be inundated with customers, because it's simply not going to happen, because your customers are being bombarded constantly with marketing messages. So if you aren't building a relationship with them, you're not going to have a leg to stand on. The whole idea when it comes to email is start looking at this as an ongoing process. It's very, very rarely an email will be a one-time campaign. It's probably the best way to reach out to a subscriber or a prospect or a customer multiple times in a strategic, systematic way. And again, because it's all about being consistent. We'll just run through those things very quickly again. When it comes to your emails, you've got to make sure that your emails are set up for lead generation. Make sure that you've got a welcome campaign set up. Then making sure that you provide value, that you've got a strong call to action, and that you are being consistent. I hope that has been of some value to you today. And seriously, you really do need to have a look at setting up some kind of a marketing strategy, because while it's all well and good turning up on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, if you upset one of them and they shut your account down, your business is gone. So you need to make sure that you have another way of building relationships with your ideal client. And when you've got an option sitting there that's going to give you a return on your investment for $43 for every dollar that you spend on email marketing, it's definitely worth looking at. As I said, I hope that has been of some value to you today, guys. Have an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now. If you'd like to learn more about how you can grow your business in the online space, make sure that you subscribe to this particular channel and don't forget to click the bell so that every single time we go live with a new video on tips on how to grow your brand and your business online, you'll get notified.